A number of years ago, a good friend of mine attended our midnight mass celebration at church. And after the liturgy was finished, I went up to him and asked him, "What did you think of the choir and their singing?" And his response, I'll never forget. He said, "The choir sounded good, but I couldn't understand a lot of what they were singing." That comment went right straight to my heart, and I was just completely crushed that all of the work that we had put into our Christmas liturgy, and we were not able to be understood. My name is Steve Petrunak. I'm a member of the board of directors for Clef. And today I want to talk about the second part of, most important part, to creating singing that is understandable, that can be understood to the listener. A few weeks back, we did a video here for Clef that talked about diction, and that certainly is one of the two main elements to producing music that can be understood, or singing that can be understood. The second is vowel formations. The use of proper vowel formations is critical, especially when you're singing with multiple voices. Absolutely critical to being able to produce music that has a uniform sound in the singing, but music that can be understood. So it's the combination of both good diction, good vowel formations. What I'm going to share about vowel formations is very quick. It's not going to take a lot of time, but mastering the singing of good vowel formations takes tons of practice. It's not something you can just employ by knowing it. So, going to be a relatively short video in the how-to, but then, or the what, but the how-to and how to get there is going to be a little more challenging. So, there are 5 pure vowel formations in the English language. They are E, E, A, O, U. If you put a soft consonant in front like M, they're a little bit easier to manage. Me, me, ma, mo, mu. To create a uniform sound in singing, it's different than the way that we talk these different vowel formations. In fact, oftentimes the vowels when we're talking, they go wide. Me, me. Me and my dog, we're together. There are an infinite number of words and vowel formations that send our mouth wide. But when you're singing vowels, the proper way, chorally, to forming vowel formations is to think tall and to think round. So, me, me, ma, mo, mu. And in thinking of those 5 vowels, you have to intentionally work your mouth, not with a ton of tension. We want to stay tension-free in here. But you have to work with your mouth so that we're forming tall and round vowels and not letting vowels go wide. A good way to practice this is, when we were young, sometimes we played around as children, and we would form the fishy face. You know, that fishy face thing that we do? Believe it or not, that fishy face is the perfect way to form your mouth to forming proper vowel formations. So let's explore that and do this along with me. If we're going through those 5 vowel formations, just take and subtly form the fishy face. Make sure you're not with a lot of tension here. And go through those 5 vowels. Me, e, a, o, u. While you're doing this, be mindful of your lips and the energy that you're bringing to them, so that when you're opening up to the ah sound, you're lifting and making that opening in your mouth as tall as you can. See the perfect round. O, U, be bringing energy to your lips when you're doing that. It's the easiest way to find those proper vowel formations in singing, when you're singing properly for good choral singing. One of the things in the English language that makes it difficult for singers is when we confront a word that has two vowel forms in one syllable. Christ. And when we think of the word Christ, we have cra and we have iced. Christ. The way that's called, by the way, that's called a diphthong in our English language. Two vowels within one syllable. In order to master this in choral singing, it is critical that that first of the two vowels, the first vowel that you confront in singing, is the one that gets the majority of the time of the held note. So for example, if I'm going to sing, Christ be our light, I'm not going to sing, Christ be our light. Do you hear all of the sounds of the vowel changing and moving all over the place? Just so happens that 3 of the first 4 words in that phrase are diphthongs. So to manage the diphthong, we want to think this. This is exactly what we want to think. Cra for Christ. B, don't let it go long. Of course, we want that good tall sound. Our, the vowel we're going to concentrate on is the ah sound. And light, same vowel, la. So we can think of this, if you break it down, the longest part of the vowels are going to be on Christ, our, and light. Ah, in all of those words. That's the vowel that we're going to sing. Now let me see if I can produce that for you. Christ be our light. Notice the tall, I'm trying to be as tall as I can in my formation, my mouth. But notice that I'm saving the iced in Christ for the very end. Christ be. So that the majority of the length of time is on the front of the 2 vowel formations. Same thing with Christ be our light. Notice too, in the our, this is some dangerous parts of singing chorally, is when we get onto the R sound. So we get onto an our, we start closing it down instead of staying open, and that R takes over and we sound like pirates. That's another little thing that you have to watch out for, especially within diphthongs, but even outside of the diphthong, that R is a little danger area that you have to be careful for. So let's take our fishy face, see if we can sing Christ be our light, and see if we can hold it, keeping all of our vowels tall and singing on the front part of the vowel. Christ be our light. If you notice the tallness of the vowel, it's easier to do if you're doing a little bit of a fishy face when you're practicing this. And then the goal is to be able to put that much energy and to lift the vowels, make them tall, keep your formation good and tall, round on the round vowels, to keep it that way without the fishy face, without forcing your mouth in. Again, this takes tons of practice. This isn't mastered overnight. And if you really want a uniform sound in all of your singers, in your choirs or in your ensembles, the way to get it, tall and round vowels and diphthongs on the first vowel of the 2 in the word.